Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be playing Desert Island pedals. The rules are pretty simple. It's going to be what are the 3 pedals you'll take with you while you are deserted on this island that has power and an amp. Let's do it. For me, personally, I'm going to pick pedals that have a combination of functionality and also a little bit of nostalgia because I'll probably get lonely on this island. So the first one is my absolute favorite effects pedal of all time. It is the Electro-Harmonix Pog. Particularly, it would be the version 1 big box Pog. It sounds the best, it's an incredible pedal. It changes your tone, so I'll sound like a bass guitar, 12 string. Love the Pog, that would be number 1. Number 2 would be more of a nostalgia pick, and it would be the Mad Professor's Sweet Honey Overdrive. And the reason why is that was actually the first boutique pedal I ever purchased that really kind of opened up the door to pedals and gear and kind of lit this fire in me. So if I was gonna take one pedal, I would definitely take that one to kind of remind me of the gear community, how I got started in it. Plus it's a killer pedal, super usable overdrive, great tone knob. Yeah, that'd be number 2. Number 3 would be the STYMO Timeline for 2 reasons. 1, I would have enough time to figure out how to use it, so I'd have a bunch of new sounds I'd be discovering, and 2, it has a looper, so I can form my desert island jam band by myself. That would be my 3. What would be your 3 desert island pedals?
In no particular order, and this might not be a surprise, the Chase Bliss Audio Mood, because it has an infinite amount of sounds that can come out of it, since you can't like replicate the same thing more than once, at least not easily. Second one would be Chase Bliss Audio Blooper, for the very same reason. There's just a lot of production stuff you can do with it because there's built-in effects on the looper, and you can actually use it as a delay pedal, which is kind of cool. And Mood and Blooper can interact however they want to. Yeah. And then the third pedal would be a microcosm, because it's stereo, and if a second amp happens to wash up on shore, then that would be like a cool reverb delay thing. All sorts of spacey, weird stuff like I like to do anyways.
So what would Ryan Tatum's 3 desert island pedals be?
Okay, so my 3 desert island pedals, since money isn't really a factor in this scenario, but limits on pedals, I can only have 3. My number 1 shining star is going to be the HX Stomp. I've been using Line 6 products since I was a kid, and I would get mocked super hard for having horrible tone, but what I always liked about my little Spider amps was that it had such versatility. If I wanted to fake a Van Halen tone, I had phaser. If I wanted to fake a Nirvana tone, I had chorus. And no, it didn't do any of them like stellar, but I could learn that way. So when the HX Stomp hit the market and everyone was like, oh my gosh, Line 6 has the tone now, I was really pumped, and I personally own one and use it every single day, and that's number 1. That's my number 1. Not to mention, it's a sandbox of a million different pedals that you can modify and manipulate on the physical pedal itself, so I don't need a computer on my desert island. So that's a big one for me, for sure. I think number 2 is gonna be the STYMO Timeline. The reason I'm bringing this to my desert island pedalboard lineup is not because the HX Stomp doesn't have cool delay pedals, it's because I'm stuck on a desert island and I want to be the first person in the world to scroll through all of the banks on the STYMO Timeline and actually find a function for all of them. So it's actually a sanity move versus anything else, just because of its ridiculous depth. So now I've got something to mess with. I can wake up at 8 in the morning when the little crab comes and pinches me and start messing with my timeline. I think that's pretty solid, pretty fun thing.
That was literally my 3rd pedal with that, and that line was it.
Well, that was my 2nd pedal though.
You got me. Continue, 3rd pedal.
My 3rd pedal is going to be Chase Bliss Audio's Mood. The reason I'm gonna choose the Mood as my third pedal is because it lacks a simple functionality, and I really enjoy playing guitar more than I do necessarily playing with effects pedals. So it's third because it has a really odd functionality. If you guys aren't familiar with the Chase Bliss Audio Mood, Casey would be the one you'd actually want to talk to. But it's like a set of loopers in one box that communicate very odd with each other to create incredible ambient patches and underlaying tones. So I feel like that would be really, really fun to have, and it would bring something fresh to the table every day, because the whole point of the Chase Bliss material is that it's not gonna repeat its own function again. So the idea of not the mundane task, like I'm imagining going crazy on this desert island, and I'm trying to keep my sanity while having the best tones dolphins have ever heard, ever. So I feel like that's the move.
Sweet.
Cool.
Stole my pedals.
You guys let me go first.
So,